Good morning, year two. It is lovely. I am here to talk you through your computing lesson for week 3. So for our lessons this half term, it's really important that you can log on to Purple Mash from home. So if you have not yet got your login details from school, do make sure you've got those because it's really important for all of our lessons. As our lessons go on, you can pause me at any time to give yourself a chance to get on, do one of the activities, do one of the links, and you can always come back to me, unpause me, and I can carry on with the rest of our lesson. So for this half term, you will be on Purple Mash and we'll be looking at using and collating data. And our topic is all about questions. Questions, asking and solving questions, how we can record and use different data. So for today, I'm going to share my screen with you and I'm going to give you some information that you can use and what I want to see you doing in terms of your Purple Mash and in terms of how you can get now be able to see my screen. Our key vocabulary for today, vocabulary I need you to be using while you are at home, is pictogram. That is when we have a piece of data and we use pictures to show off that data. Question, of course, you know what a question is. The answer to what is a question is the data. Data is what we're going to be collecting from questions and then putting into our pictograms. So if you are logging into your Purple Mash, you should be able to see in your to-dos that I have set you some activities around your questioning. Now, I'm going to share with you, first of all, a little bit about what we're looking at. You are going to be collating data on different types of homes. Now, I know that you might live in a very strange building. Who knows where you live? And I'm going to share some of the key vocabulary so you know what to be discussing and what to be talking about in terms of the homes that you might find at and around our school. So key vocabulary homes you need to be aware of. First of all, we have got, as soon as it loads, we've got the semi-detached house. So you can see here, this is a house that has got one attachment, one link to another house on the other side of it. We call this a semi-detached house. As well as that, we therefore have a detached house. This has no links at all to any house on either side, and we call that a detached house. We then have a bungalow. These are a one-story building. That means they have no stairs and no second floor. And we have a lot of those in our local area. And then you've got our terrace houses. These are a little bit like a semi-detached, except for the fact they are attached on both sides. So you can see here, this is a house that's got a house on either side that is attached to. Then, of course, we've got flats. These are lots of homes that are either up in different stories. You can have flats that go up very high up into the sky, or you can have very small flats that are maybe only over 2 levels. If you are and you share your levels with other people and other homes, they would be known as flats. And finally, there are different other types of homes. So for example, here you've got some different examples that you might be aware of and you might be able to see around. Now, what I'm going to ask you to do is over the next few days, I would like you to go out into the world. Maybe when you do your daily exercise and you go out into the world, I would like you to go out and try and find and identify different types of homes. Now, when you do that, be really safe. Make sure you go out there with an adult and try and identify some of those different households we were talking about: the semi-detached, the detached, the flats, the terraced, or possibly other types of homes, and collate as many as you can find. Now, if you go into your Purple Mash, into your to-dos, you will find this page has been set as one of your to-dos. Now, what you are going to do is, first of all, change the title in here to be Homes I Can Find Around Me. And then at the bottom, can you see you've got an image to show the different types of homes that you were able to find. Now, if you click on one of those, you can change them. So for example, if you find a particular type of home that you want to discuss and add, you can put those along the bottom here. You can even add in your own column if you find a particular type of home and put that into that area. Then once you've found the homes and you've collated how many you've found, you can then plus into these columns to create our pictogram. So for example, if I saw 3 detached homes, I maybe saw 5 blocks of flats, and maybe I saw 7 detached homes, and I saw one terrace home. Can you see there? What I'm doing is I'm collating that data and that information into my pictogram, where I can therefore really clearly see the main types of home that I can see around where I live. Now, this is the work that I would like you to do today. So if you want to go away now and complete that and pause me, and then come back at the end and I'll explain what I want you to do afterwards. So if you want to 3, 2, 1, pause. And hopefully you are now back and you can share with me what you've done and how have you completed your pictograms. Just to remind you, when you complete your pictogram, to make sure that I've got your work, you need to, when you go to click on exit, to save and exit, and then you can hand in your piece of work. I am now going to stop sharing and bring you back to me and share my screen again. So when you have completed that, when you've completed your pictogram, there will also be a little quiz to talk through some key vocabulary that we've used today to show that you've understood about the kind of learning we've been doing. What I want you doing when you go into Purple Mash is identifying that data, being able to use that pictogram to represent that information, and then sharing that with us. Do let me know how you're getting along. If you are struggling with any of the information that you've seen here in this video, just talk to your class teachers in your virtual lessons, and I can't wait to see you next week in week 4 for our second lesson. See you again soon.